All right, so we mentioned, we were talking about you give the animal a command, it kind of backs into you or doesn't go the right way. So the principles here really apply to other things too. So like if you're driving them straight and you're trying to drive them in a straight line and they start veering one way or the other, there's a lot you can do with the lash of your whip. So he's probably not going to act the same way that you're working with or the problems that you're having, but I can kind of simulate it. So if we tell him to come up, come up, come up, come up, come up, come up, come up. Whoa. Okay, so if he was having the same problem that you are and he's backing into you or backing up when you tell him to come up, you start twisting this on his rear end and he backs into it, he's going to feel that. And then you're not purposely making contact with him, like you're not giving him the command and then tapping him on the butt. You're letting him back into it, so that way he gets the idea that that's the wrong thing to do, and then he's going to move forward. And you just repeat that, you stop him and repeat him. And then where I was just having some issues with him was walking straight, so like he wanted to veer off to the right. So if you use your whip correctly, you can steer him without even touching them. Or if you just tell them to whoa, you can spin it in front of their face and get them to stop that way. So a lot of it is just where they perceive the lash. So if the problem is backing up, just spin it behind them, let them walk into it. The other thing like I mentioned to you is I have some spikes on the butt end of my stick. So if he backs into it, your animal's probably a lot bigger than this guy. So it doesn't matter, you can use it with a big animal too. Let him back into it, into the butt of the stick too. And you can do it that way. So come up, 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 whoa, whoa. And then by practicing with that, with just spinning the lash, trying to keep your lead loose, and if he goes one way or the other, as far as different direction than you want him to, you stop him and then kind of start over again. So just a little bit at a time. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's kind of let him back into it, or let him turn into it if he's not going the right way. So the second thing that was asked was with animals, you're driving them where you want them to go, and then they get distracted and they start veering off in one direction or the other. And that's probably like one of the top 3 issues that you're always training through. These guys are 3 years old, so I'll show you on this. But we'll just use one thing as an example because it could be anything. They could see another animal and want to go towards that, or a pasture or barn or whatever. But probably the most common thing that happens is that we bring them back to where we unyoke them, and if we just didn't do anything, they'd go right back. So there's kind of training steps throughout that we'll show you. So what I'm going to do is have my cameraman go into the paddock in a second, and I'll show you, like, I'm not going to try to say much to these guys, and they're going to go right through the gate and then right back to where I yoke them. But you need to anticipate that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop them and just throw some things in there to make sure that they understand to listen to me first. So we'll do that next. You'll see me kind of walk them down. Up. Step up. Easy. Whoa! Whoa! The first thing is if I unyoke them, I bring them in here through the gate. But if I want to go that way, then I need to make sure I stop them there first. Their tendency is to want to go where they want to go. So the first thing in correcting that is to stop them and to anticipate what they're going to do. And those distractions can come from anywhere. So right now I'm going to have them go through the gate, but even though that's where I want them to go, I'm still going to make them kind of stop and understand that I'm telling them to go through the gate. I'm not just, because if I did nothing, said nothing, they'd probably just walk right up to where I yoke them. So we want to stop them. That's the first thing. G, come up. G, come up. Come up. Ho! Okay, so the next thing, ho, stand. The next thing that they would do, stand, is I would G turn them and unyoke them there. And that's kind of where they think that they're going. But if you have any, whoa, 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 see, he wants to go. If you have that situation arise with any distraction and they start going off in a direction, first step, like I said before, is to stop them. And then they want to go that way, so I'm going to make them go this way. And even if they fight me a little bit, they're going that way. So that way they learn first to listen to me and then kind of forget what their intuition tells them. So paw, come up, paw, 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 ho, 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 stand. And this is where even big guys like this will act up a little bit because they want to go, they know they want to go back there, but I'm not gonna let them. So he even overturned a little bit, because I was just gonna face him this direction and then turn him back. But now because he acted up, we're gonna go back that direction a little bit. G, 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 G. Whoa, whoa. Digger, put in. Okay. Oh. And then give them some time to calm down. And even if they're on a lead, you can do the same thing. See, they're acting up because they want to go back and both the flies are bothering them. So we're going to haw them around. Haw, 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 ho, ho. Now I could do a couple things. I could just haw them and bring them straight back up to the fence, which is where they want to go. But again, stopping them multiple times, especially when you're training them and trying to avoid them going where they want to go and more where you want them to go, stopping them, even if it's every few feet, is what you do. So right now, if I just told them to get up, they would go right to that fence and I could stand here. But we're going to go halfway first, and then we're going to go all the way. So they're always listening to me, and they're saying, okay, well, I want to go that way, but I better listen to him, because if not, he's going to make me go all the way around again. And it's the same whether they're on a lead or in the yoke. Come up, come up, come up. Whoa, oh, 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 Digger back up, Digger back up. Oh, Digger back up, Digger back up, back up. Good boy. Oh, oh. So my off one is going up further, so I back them up a little bit. Okay, that's another. It's not punishment. It's just making sure that they listen. So, and then we'll bring them up the rest of the way. Come up, come up, come up. Oh, oh. Okay, so hopefully that kind of gets the idea. Stop them multiple times. If they're going in a direction that you don't want them to go, stop them first, and then go the opposite direction. And that's something you'll fight. Doesn't really matter how old they are. So always kind of throw in some odd turns and backing up and stuff so that they just get used to listening to you instead of going where they want to go. But make sure you correct that behavior. That's one of the worst things that you can get animals misbehaving on, is just, you know, because it's almost easy. We get lazy too. Like if I'm going back to the barn or whatever to yoke them up, I can just let them go. But you can't do that even if it's after a long day, because then that